Aloha everyone, and welcome back to 13 Nights of Tiki Frights. I am the Search for Tiki, and we do 13 daily mug giveaways and 13 artist interviews with ceramic cocktail makers for 13 Nights of Tiki Frights. Tonight, we're really excited. We got two special guests. We got, first up, Lost Temple Traders. They're a fantastic mug makers that has just been killing it with blockbuster mug after blockbuster mug, so I'm excited to talk to Josh. We also have Skipper Christian coming in from Trader Sam's Enchanted Tiki Bar. He was a guest of our show last year, and we're excited to welcome him back. We're going to be giving away a couple things from our sponsors. First, this pin from the Black Lagoon Rum. Creep on, creeping on, folks. And then this glass straw, this Bloody Bone straw from Surfside Sips. Add class with glass to your cocktails. And then later on, at the end of the show, we're going to be giving away this bad boy. It is the Zombie Severed Skipper mug from Lost Temple Traders. If you look, there is no opening, but it is not a trick. It is a treat because it's actually two mugs. The head comes off. So we're excited to talk to Josh about that mug as well. And with that said, let's see if we can get him in here.
John?
How's it going, man?
It's crazy. As you can see, most people have like a tiki background. I'm on the floor of my bedroom in my new house. We started to move. We got a baby coming on Monday. So we are partially in the big place. Baby coming. As you can tell, I have a moving and chaos beard.
You got a lot going on.
Yeah, a little bit.
And you got a mug release tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, we got a mug release tomorrow. Thank you.
It wasn't busy enough as it was. You had to throw in a mug release.
Yeah, well, we've had a few lately. They're all coming in because the COVID shipping delays and everything that happened this year, like all of our May through August mugs are starting to hit now, and all at once, the way it happens. Shipping gets stalled, nothing gets delivered, and then everything gets delivered all at once. So we're trying to organize as best we can with the baby. We just did Poison Bobs, which are coming same time as the quicksand, so that is you're like a Poison Bob. It's probably bigger than some of you imagine. Pick your poison. You might feel like you've been poisoned if you drink the whole thing out of this, but
how many ounces does that hold, dude?
I haven't even measured it. I'm afraid to. I probably should, but it's a good double and a half.
People are better off not knowing sometimes.
Yeah, if you figure out how much, I say that as I am sipping off of my drinking mug of choice, which is which is this mini Tiki Diablo shot glass that I, just have a little force.
I don't know. I think based on that, I think I might be overcompensating tonight because I'm drinking out of this bad boy head salesman here.
Yeah, that one is a big. This is called the I have to put my toddler to sleep after I do the drink, and then I move to the bigger one.
That's fair. That's fair. I had to drink out of this one because it has special significance to me because last year on 13 Nights of Tiki Frights, you guys revealed this mug in an interview with Paul Briggs, Tiki Tom, which if people aren't following Tiki Tom, check him out. His artwork is amazing. You
should definitely, and that's actually a good segue to this, which is our second edition of the Tiki Tom Paul Briggs head salesman. If you missed out on the first one, or if you just appreciate a nice burnt wood kind of, burnt wood is probably not the same thing, but it's kind of got this really reddish hue to it. It's beautiful.
Authentic.
Bower. So this one, hopefully very soon. We're supposed to already have these out. We released some of them, I think, at Tiki Oasis, and the rest of them should be in the next couple of weeks. We'll make an announcement on that. But I forgot that we announced that, which actually we have another head salesman announcement tonight. We talked a little bit before. Whenever you want to announce it, we'll let you know who the third artist in our Head Salesman Artist Series is, and we will reveal the sculpt.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it's appropriate.
Let's hold off, though.
Yeah.
Because I want to ask you some questions.
Yes.
I know, obviously, you're in deep now. There's no coming back from Lost Temple Traders. You're in as thick into mug making as you can possibly be. But where did you start? You started collecting mugs before you sold them, right?
Yeah. Dave and I are collectors at heart, and really that's why we do this. I a long history of working in entertainment and doing more art direction and artist management on from the marketing side of things. So I've worked with artists my whole career. We started collecting, and there's just a moment that, like, I always think of like that moment when I started to see mugs as more than just a mug, but as like an art form.
Yeah.
I bought the Echo. I don't grab it. It's downstairs, but it'll take a minute. That is this Boar's Tusk mugs, but he had hand painted on the side Davy Jones, and it's like, or drawn, or however he puts them on. Beautiful artwork, like Davy Jones on the side of this Boar's Tusk mug. And I held it at one point when I first opened the package. I had ordered it, and it came in on my birthday, like later, 2 months later. At the time, it was like he was working on a couple of things for me, and I opened it. I was like, man, this is a really interesting and beautiful art form. And for me, something just clicked at that point. I started in 2011 when Trader Sam's first opened. Dave and I went on one of the first weekend, or very shortly after, and I was like, this is really cool. I never thought that a bar, and I've been in like Tonga Hut and other tiki bars before, but not something that was nearly right. I don't think I went to tiki shortly thereafter. And you're like, this is really cool. You can go drinks that are really thoughtful and really well created and made in an environment that's so, and it goes down to details. The thing that always attracted me to Disney was how detailed their escapism is and how immersive it is. And to be able to do that on simple things like your cocktails is awesome. So, with that, the emergence of Instagram culture and every picture, Tiki has made a resurgence of like relevancy, because one, you have these craft cocktails and you have the whole craft cocktail movement converging with this Instagram where people want to take pictures in really cool places that feel a little bit. Then you have these drinks that are on fire and in these really cool, just it had a moment, and we were lucky enough to start collecting as the wave kind of took off, and so we moderate the trade. We met a lot of great people there, and family and community, and after a while, there were just so many times Dave and I would have a drink, and we were like, who needs to make this mug? We need this mug. Be Tiki guy, because he's the only one that can do it. And so out of that grew this real desire for a mug company that's based really genuinely on collaboration, because it's like, we want to see that mask done by Tiki Diablo because that would be the coolest mug, or we want to see this mug sculpted by Squid because Squid does X really well, or we want something that feels it's really complicated, really detailed. Let's send it to Val. It's really good at those things, and every problem is about collaboration and bringing that to life. And we have a lot of amazing just artists in this community who do everything soup to nuts, design everything, and build. For us, the fun part of fans and as collectors was, I have an idea. Who do we think can make it better? Who do we think is gonna? And so a lot of times you'll see our boxes, or you'll see our announcements, and it's this design maker with creators. It's really about the alchemy of the art, and it's really fun for us because we really do. We are collectors. We both have really collections, and we love the art of it. And we've been really lucky to work with a lot of people we really love and respect. People like Tiki Diablo. We have an upcoming mug with Shag that we're not really ready to show yet. We'll drop hints that it is coming. you
Just
know,
the fact that you're working on a mug with Shag is insanely cool.
yeah, yeah. They might get mad at me because I don't know if I'm supposed to yet, but it's just it's one of those moments where you see the sculpt, and Squid actually is sculpting that one, and you see the sculpt, and Grider's too. You see the sculpt with your name on the back, like Lost Temple Traders, Shag, Grider, Squid, Tiki Bowers bringing it to life, and you're like, this is cool. This is cool to be working with people that we just respect and pushing an art form forward that we think is just really unique. And yeah, so we met good people. I met you through Tiki.
I have to say, so like one of the things that I personally love about Lost Temple Traders, you guys work with a lot of big artists. Tiki Diablo is one of the first. You've worked with tons of artists since then. But obviously, like running the search for Tiki, I see a lot of names come up, a lot of Tiki mug artists. And yet I am always still surprised. Sometimes you guys release a mug and it is a name I have never heard of before in my life. And that's really cool. And I'll go to their Instagram and I'll be like, wow, these are some really cool people. These are talented people. And now they're going to be making mugs. I have to ask, where do you find these people?
You know, I like Tiki art, and some of it is just people we follow through different Disney channels or artists. And someone follows something, and we follow something, or it's a suggestion. Sometimes it's like Dale, who's like Instagram, who sculpted our Kunga Kong, and it has a couple other mugs. He's sculpted the upcoming Ginger Dead Man and a couple of other mugs for us that we haven't shown yet. But I literally, you know, a lot of sculptors are busy. It's hard to find sculptors or whatever. And I went into a Facebook group for like sculptors, for clay sculptors, and said, hey, is anybody interested in Tiki mugs? And he's the only one that work. But he's talented, man. He comes from horror background. That's the thing that he did. And I was telling him, like, so now every time I have an idea that borders on this movie, he's like my go-to guy because he's just really good at it, and it's his passion. And some of it is not a mandate, but it is a corporate mandate because there are only two of us have mandated it.
That's easy to make a mandate when there's only two people, right?
We have mandated that we wanted to find people like us and increase the diversity of voices in the marketplace. We wanted to find those people who maybe have the resources to get a mug produced, but were really talented artists. And so with that also, we wanted to one of our goals is to increase the number of male Tiki artists. There weren't a whole bunch years ago. You're starting to see more and more pop up, but we've got a couple of good. We got enough people to follow our Instagram. I don't sample with me, but we're doing a zombie hatter that was created by Bridget McCarty.
You guys just like dropped bomb after bomb after bomb for 1 week.
Yeah.
I'm just crazy Halloween mugs, and I know we have to wait, which is just the nature of mugs. But every day it was like I'm waking up and there's something new and crazy and insane coming from Lost Temple Traders, and that was just one of them.
Yeah, we had a bunch of adding up the spooky mugs, and some of them should have been done for this holiday, but given the year we had with COVID issues, they just didn't get done in time. But we really liked them, and we didn't want to sit on the sculpts for too long because they were really cool. And so we just had a week where we just celebrated kind of our creepy mugs that are coming with Halloween coming up. And Bridget's zombie hatter, you know, most likes we've ever gotten on a post. It's crazy. She was she does a lot of miniature, but she was a Disney artist at one point.
Yep.
We know her through the community, and that's why we follow her. And at one point, it's really just been my goal to try to reach out to female artists who I know are interested in teaching. Want to make a let us help you get it made, because I think it's important. I think in this day and age, diversity of voice helps your community grow. When people start to see different, bring them from different places. Same with Atomic Exotica. Those guys I've been following forever. They're in the Trader Sam group. These Tiki vinyl. They're a little weird and offbeat. Remind me of all the toys I played with as a kid. And they're just super talented, and their audience is really different. And it's really about how do you find things that are unique, like not that what you do forever isn't great, because there's, man, I love the vintage mugs and whatever. Going back to, I have a lot of peanut mugs and the War God and Bob, but we see it plays on those same things. We do it all the time. Continue to do those because watching those sculpts be classics and be reinterpreted is part of art, but also like how do we push it into weird places that are still relevant, the core themes of without going necessarily like, hey, here's a Star Wars mug, but like, how do you solve that Pacific Island exotica vibe? And there's nothing wrong with Star Wars mugs. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. But I really love that escapism and that adventure. And where do you find that can push that into different places? So Atomic Exotica is all about, you know, weird mashup of what if those Pacific Islands with those cultures, they just so happen to be the places where people were testing nuclear bombs out in the Pacific Ocean. So like, what if these islands and the radioactive fallout, water offshore, created these weird kind of toxic Avenger, Teenage Turtle-esque characters?
Those are some of my favorite. I have to say, those are some of, I think, the most underrated Lost Temple Trader mugs. Is it Kaduku? Am I saying that right? Kaduku, the Witch Doctor, especially the ones that you had tricked out by Faust. Absolutely bonkers. I love those mugs, and you got 2 more coming. Yeah. Were those based on Atomica Exotica toys, or was that straight to mug?
Yeah, I don't have those with me. They are based on Atomica Exotica toys. So if you follow them, they started with Kaduku. We did Kaduku, and they have, I think, 5 or 6 toys online right now. And they're just fun, and they're creative. One's like the Ultra Headhunter, so it's a Headhunter that has man because they're based in the toy category. One of them, their version of a zombie, which is called the Surf Ghoul, which is really cool. One of them is a Scum Doctor, which is also kind of zombie, but it's kind of like more of a mummy, I guess you would say. But they're all really like fun, weird characters of those toys I grew up playing with in the 80s. And so it has been really one of my favorite to work on because they're so unique and they're so different. And I mean, everything's my favorite project to work on until the next one. And then that's my favorite project to work on. But I really
you're habitual.
I mean, you have to fall in love with whatever it is you're doing next, because there's no reason to do it other than that. Like, the reason that we do this is because we're collectors, and we're and I've probably 6 times, but we're really passionate. So when you see something and you're like, oh, I am so excited we have to do that with them, it makes it fun.
How do you decide, because you guys are kind of killing both, where you have your domestic made mugs that are more expensive, more limited, more collectible, then you have your import mugs that are more affordable so that, you know, everybody has a chance to own a Lost Temple Trader mug and fall in love with Tiki. How do you decide whether you're going domestic or imported on a mug?
I think it's based on deal. We realize that a lot of comes over from Trader Sam's and Disney. And one of our goals is to help transition those people from Trader Sam's and Disney who've never really experienced the broader world of Tiki into that Tiki world. And so I think sometimes it's as simple as, do we think that this justifies, that's going to help that over, right? Something like Swirly Bob, where you're like, it's funny, we were thinking about what's our version of a Bob, and Dave kind of doodles a Dole Whip and puts a Bob face. It's so
just
simple.
Casually one day, oh, I wonder if Bob should be on a soft serve ice cream cone. Josh is gone. While we're waiting, I actually have a giveaway that has to do with Swirly Bob. So this glass straw from Surfside Sips. Write in the comments the answer to this question. The very first person to answer the question correctly will get this glass straw from Surfside Sips. The question is in regard to Swirly Bob. Swirly Bob was released by Lost Temple Traders in multiple flavors over the course of time. How many flavors was Swirly Bob released in? First person to get the question correct in the comments will take home this Surfside Sips glass cocktail straw. Guys, if you have any questions or comments for Josh, feel free to write them in the comments as well. I do read them, and I'll try to pass them along as best I can. So someone did get the answer correct. On Instagram, your name is DoleWhipped3313, which is kind of fitting that you would win the answer to that question. There are, in fact, 6 flavors of Swirly Bob. I'm going to see if I can get Lost Temple Traders back in here after that short intermission from our sponsor, Surfside Sips.
There's also
He's back.
Yeah. For some reason, I had a pop-up window come up, and then it took me somewhere else, and I'm like, no!
Yeah, it's probably David messaging you. Get out of here, David.
Yes, there's actually an off-menu Swirly Bob flavor.
7?
I'm just messing with people. Those are people's. I think 6 is enough. There are people who still want blue. Catherman, if he's on, tells me he wants blue Swirly Bob all the time, but blue is just not enough color for Dole Whip.
You just don't like it. You don't like blue.
No.
You'll have to wait for the snow cone. What is it called? Shavy Bob?
Shavy Bob, yeah.
Shavy Bob will have some blue, maybe.
Those here pretty soon. I tentatively approved the glazes on those, like waiting for the samples to get in so we can officially put them in production. But
that's a hard mug to glaze. I'm excited to see it.
The glaze actually looks rad. They did a really good job. Yeah, Shavy Bob, we're excited about. We got onto this, sweet treats with Bob kind of cake. We wanted to do a Halloween mug, and Shavy Bob was just, after Swirly Bob, felt like a good companion piece. And so we'll probably, we have one other Bob I think we've shown, which is the Warrior Bob. We'll probably take a Bob after these, but
take a break from the Bobs. Did you have any idea before the first Swirly Bob went on sale that it was going to be like lightning in a bottle and everyone was going to want them?
I started to, and probably the week before, as we got to the amount of craziness. I didn't sell out that quickly, like literally in less than 60 seconds. It's a big run for us. Like literally, people were like, "Well, how can we make more?" And I was like, honestly, we did 750 mugs to start. That's a lot, and they went really quick, which is why we ultimately did the pre-order back 3 and gave people a day order. It was really just to give people a chance. I got emailed every day. When are you going to do Swirly Bob? I missed out for 4 months. We're like, okay, we should look at some different flavor options.
It's too bad you can't put like a blocker on your messages. Like any message that has Swirly Bob, just put into spam.
No, man. Normally, yes, but I'm thinking about that. The Alice coconuts that we just did.
Yeah.
That was really cool is that it brought in a lot of first time. So like we looked on our site and you look at a lot of people who never bought mugs from us before, but also a lot of names that I've never seen before. Because you've been in the community for your usual suspects who buys tiki mugs, and then you see them, they're your friends. But a lot of people who are first entry point Swirly Bob, and so that being part of our mission, it was really cool to see that way. We saw the same thing with the Alice coconuts a lot. People who didn't buy tiki mugs from us, they maybe buy other places, but people I didn't recognize were buying them, which is great because I always want to see this hobby expand. For a hobby to have lifeblood after a while, you continue to add new people. Eventually, all of our shelves get packed, and people they're like, I don't have any room for anything new, right? They're in space limitation, or they're trading out. And for that to continue to perpetuate, the hobby has to grow. And so I'm all for people coming in who are new and excited about something. So Some people were like, well, why are you doing 3 more flavors? It's a cash grab. And I said, no, it's really for the people who missed out, who emailed me every day. The reason we did 3 flavors is you have to hit minimum. And so I'd rather do give people options and do 500 of a mug. So
I think it's a good thing too to have like the distinction between, there are 2 types of mugs, right? There's the limited edition mugs, and people want them because they're limited edition. They're art pieces, they're Diablo pieces, Ikambukum pieces, Gecko, any of those big mug makers. And then you have like the more affordable ones that are designed specifically to get people into the hobby, to enjoy cocktails, and so that they can have fun too without spending $300 on a mug.
Yeah, the thing over and over is that mugs have gotten affordable, and there's a lot of reasons for that. Secondary market, why, you know, general demand. But like a couple years ago, you could get a Diablo, you can book a mug for $75, and that was pretty.
This is such a crazy thought.
You know, it's crazy. I'm unpacking all of my mugs, and they've been boxed. A lot of my collection boxed for 2 years because when my son was born, we turned my tiki room into a baby's bedroom, and so now we've got more space. So I'm finally getting things out of boxes, and I was pulling out. We got a couple of Vantikis, his real throne Vantikis from. I know you've got one of them, 2 of them.
If you ever want to offload those babies, you know who to call, buddy.
Yeah, those ones are staying put. But I was thinking about like, and a couple from Danny Cervantes, and I was thinking about Tiki Oasis in 2014, before all of this stuff hits, where everything really hits the craze, and you're looking at tables of like hand-thrown mugs that are all probably $1,200 or $1,500 if you can find them now. Danny serves all his stuff, which is crazy, notch stuff. Just was, you know, people were walking around. These guys were barely known. Some people probably still don't know.
And they didn't sell. You could go, you know, Van Tiki or whoever could go to one of these conventions and set up, you know, 30 mugs on a booth. And at the end of the convention, they'd still have 20 of them left, which is just mind-blowing.
Insane. And the craftsmanship is unbelievable. But, like, the market has grown. The number of makers has grown. The number of people collecting has grown. That's all really good and really healthy for Tiki. But I don't think we can forget those entry-level people. I think perpetuation of the hobby for it to keep going, get people introduced. And I think that Trader Sam's is probably the best entry point, because when you have 10,000 people who aren't necessarily Tiki fans, all of a sudden get. So we always see in the Facebook group a wave of a surge every October. That Halloween mug is responsible for a lot of growth in Tiki, and so we want to continue to encourage that. And so we do. And you know, sometimes it's like Alice coconuts. Like, do them as a pair. Encourage people to drink with a friend. Do them for as cheap as we can do them, because we really want people to enjoy it and not be afraid to to drink out, to have people over and introduce it to friends. We can't do Tiki Frights. Those guys do amazing vault. But we can make them for people, and we're trying to make sure that there's always a balance. Then there are things like Trevor Foster doing the big skull tower.
Okay, so I have some questions about that. First of all, if you're not following Trevor Foster Studio, plug for Trevor Foster Studio. He just put out a sculpt for an ape or a chimpanzee. I'm no monkey expert. I don't know what monkey it is, but it looks absolutely bonkers. Follow Trevor Foster Studio. I want to know, were you like kind of second guessing yourself when that truck backed up with the mugs? Because those look massive. So the pallet, you must have had multiple pallets.
I have a picture, which I can send you. You can post in your story, of me. It was 4 pallets, and 2 pallets stacked together was taller than my garage roof. And so there's a picture of me unloading a ladder that my wife took. Yeah, I mean, everything about Trevor Foster was not a second guess. The guy's so talented, but because of where they have to be made, he is an expat from Seattle, Thailand. So he works with the gas kiln. The guy's just all amazing, but we really wanted to do this. So the size of it, where it's made, the shipping of it, it just made it for it to be a really costly, expensive mug for us. It was our most expensive mug we've ever made.
It's ridiculously huge.
Yeah, it's gigantic. But I had video. My wife took video, opened it because I was like, I saw the boxes. I was like, these are cool. I opened it. I started opening it. I'm like, wow. And at that moment, you hold something like that. This is art. This is beautiful. This is worth every penny we sunk into it. Hopefully, we break even. And we did. They all sold out. But yeah, right after that, Trevor's just such a really humble, nice guy. He's like, what did you guys think? I'm like, dude, it's amazing. Just keep us in rotation every time you got a slot for us. Like, we're good. We'll break. So we actually are I just saw a final test glaze of our next mug with him a couple days ago. I don't have it with me right now, but we'll probably show it at some point. It's unbelievable. Like, just one of those mugs you see, and he goes, "Is this okay?" And you're like, "I'm gonna tell you, you're perfect."
I have no feedback. I have no result.
Yeah, there's no. You don't.
It's like when you know, you know.
Yeah, so he's just someone to continually watch because he hasn't really worked in space. He started doing his skull mugs. He did the skull tower. Why am I on the first? He did a mug water. Yeah, so incredible artist, and someone we'll be working with for as long as he'll us because I love what he did with this design that we gave him. So I'm excited to show it off. Hopefully it'll.
Speaking of showing off, I want to know what your grail is, but do you mind if I do a little show and tell?
Yeah.
I wanted to show you a mug that I have. I pulled it out just to show it to you. It's have you ever seen this mug before?
Hey. Yes, I have.
Yeah?
You beat me out for it.
It's such a good mug.
One of the few left on my grail list. But that's an awesome mug.
Yeah.
Carol does such amazing stuff. That's a mug I passed on a couple of times because I didn't really know how big it was. And so it always kind of was like, maybe. And it's one of the ones that, one of my few regrets in tiki collecting. That
I know, I've seen you post a few times, looking for, and I'm like, I ain't giving it up. Giving it up.
I'm going to send you pictures of my Van Tiki wheel throne later, and
I'll wait. I'm patient.
We'll be even. That just helped it up.
Your toothy coo. What are you looking for now? What's your grail?
My grail will be the zombie ape from Monk Tiki. I have a shelf of Monk Tiki Super Limited that I've been lucky enough to collect over the years, and that's the one that has evaded me for always and forever. I've offered people obscene amounts of money to part with theirs, and I think I offered somebody $2,000 for theirs, and they were like, well, and I'm like, you're not biting. So, yeah. Also, I just got to give probably 5 minutes, and then I'll hard out.
Yeah. So I know earlier you said that you had a mug on the way.
We do. Let's take a journey, shall we? This is
okay.
Started it all.
Was that your very first mug?
Very first mug. Oh, you want to show them? Come here. You come. This is my little tiki hunter. He
Most excellent.
With all things tiki. Show them the apple. Oh, there you go. Good job. All right, I gotta show them this so that I can come put you to sleep. Can you go find Mama?
I'm seeing mugs rock back and forth, and that's like a $900 mug now.
Yeah, we're like 6 inches off the ground because the table's not set. So that's all I would be.
It'll be fine.
Yeah. So this was the first one. This is where we started. What you're drinking from is actually the second part of that.
First edition, second edition.
Second edition coming soon. So there you go. Actually, I want to show this one too. We released. the one that inspired the artist series. So Tiki Rob did mask mugs and asked people to submit mask designs, and clearly this was the one that started it all. This is our first mug. This is the thing, and then I got this so different. I was like, Danny, do you mind if we do an artist series? Like, I don't want to step on your toes, like having people. And he said, no, man, do it. We wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Daniel Gallardo, aka Tiki Diablo. He is the godfather of Lost Temple traders and one of the best humans ever. So continue to buy his mugs because I would like to get more of his mugs myself.
They are glorious.
I have like one shelf of every Tiki artist. I try to keep it to like one shelf of my favorite mugs, and I have something like 42 Tiki Diablo mugs. So
the giveaway. So tomorrow's mug giveaway is actually a Diablo mug. So that'll be cool.
So that was the second one. You saw the inspiration. I'm going to announce the third and show you the sculpt.
I'll just bang on my chest like bongos. Drum roll.
The third artist series is by the man, the myth, the legend.
I think I know who that is.
This is a big toe mug. You can tell.
Tom, you're killing me.
The nose. So the nose goes. But yeah, Tom designed this. It's amazing. We are so absolutely thrilled to be adding to our head salesman family. It's going to be produced by Tiki Monster. So
right
we are pumped to be doing our first mug with them. Based on we were talking to Tom about who should make it, and that was his choice. And those guys are awesome, and so I'm really stoked to be working with them for the first time. But yeah, man, this is hopefully coming in spring. I think that's our targeted ETA right now. But, Squid just killed the sculpt.
As always.
Just this amazing, very, very much big toe version of the head salesman. So one of the things that's just been really fun about this is...
No, don't put it away. Hold it a little closer. I got to see it. Oh, man. I am so stoked for that mug.
I'll take a picture.
Tom Moore always kills it. Tom has a style all his own that's like unlike anything anybody else is doing, and it's just so... I mean, I call it degenerate art, and I say that like lovingly, like I love it so much, but he's just got that look. Yeah,
like Party Bob. He's just here for a good time. But it really is, one of the things we asked him is because his style is so unique. And we want to continue working with artists that we love and we think are great examples of this point in time. For us, Head Salesman is a little bit of a time capsule in that it captures the people who are working right now who are doing really cool work, and it gives them a canvas. I mean, we've seen things like Bob reinterpreted over the years, and for us, that is the thing that started it for us. He's our Mickey Mouse, if you will.
I love it, dude. Keep doing what you're doing it. You're killing it. It's just blockbuster after blockbuster after blockbuster mug. It's so cool to see what you guys come up with. You and David are amazing.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
We're lucky to have you as a friend, and thank you for having me on. And it's always been my dream to open for Skipper Christian. So I thought it would be like a Thunder from Down Under situation, but I'm guessing that this is a close second to that. So everybody enjoy the rest of the live stream. And always with that, like, know that we are collectors and we do this, love it. And if you ever talk to us or ask us questions or like ask us to sneak you a peek of something that's coming in the future, we love talking about this shit. It makes us so happy. So thank you everyone for your support and for letting us make cool shit and for being there to also buy other people's really cool shit with us.
We love you guys. Keep being collectors first. That's why you make so many awesome mugs. Thanks for joining. And I am so excited for that big toe Head Salesman mug. Thank you for showing it on 13 Nights of Tiki Frights. And with that,
I'll see you later.
Aloha, mahalo. Guys, it's time for the pin giveaway. And then we're going to bring in Skipper Christian from Trader Sam's Enchanted Tiki Bar. Let's see if he's here already. He is. So I'm going to invite him in as we do this pin giveaway. This pin is from the Black Lagoon Room. The Black Lagoon Room was on 13 Nights of Tiki Frights last year. They make really cool mugs. They do these insane pins like Creep On, Creepin' On. They're really inventive, and they're the perfect sponsor for 13 Nights of Tiki Frights because they combine Tiki with Halloween. It's the perfect mashup. The question to win this pin is, the Search for Tiki is sponsored by 5 people, but not counting the Search for Tiki, there are 4 official sponsors of 13 Nights of Tiki Frights. In the comments, the first person to get it correct will win this pin. Name 3 of the 4 sponsors of 13 Nights of Tiki Frights. I'll watch the comments, and I'll try to get Skipper Christian in here while we wait. So you got to get all 3. So I see people commenting, but you're only commenting 1 sponsor. So comment 3 of the 4 sponsors of 13 Nights of Tiki Frights. And if you're the first one, you will win the pin. I love that people are just throwing out random answers. All right, so we have a winner. And the winner is... It is on Instagram, user KLLB93. It is Surfside Sips, Squid, Art of Scooter, and the other one is, of course, the Black Lagoon Room. So congratulations, you just won this awesome pin, Creep On, Creepin' On. I'm having a hard time getting Skipper Christian in here, so we're going to end the live stream. And then if I can get Skipper Christian back in here, I will start up a new video. Before I do that, though, we do have a mug giveaway. This guy, the Severed Zombie Skipper from Lost Temple Traders, was sculpted and produced by one of my personal favorite artists, Patrick Bassar and Monkey Skull. This mug is very cool because there's no opening. And that's because the head actually comes off and it forms 2 mugs. This wild idea, I can only assume, was inspired by the Jungle Cruise ride from Disneyland, as well as Ren Clark's Severed Head, which is a famous tiki mug from the Tiki Mug Hall of Fame, which we have on the Search for Tiki. If you go to the bottom of the website, there's a little link. It says Tiki Mug Hall of Fame. It will walk you through some of the biggest, the best, the most important tiki mugs that have ever been made. And it will also show you all of the mugs that have been inspired by those mugs of historical significance. It's kind of like a secret hidden link that not many people know about, but it's personally my favorite part of the website, so check it out. I'm going to give Skipper Christian one more knock if I can. And the winner of this mug from Lost Temple Traders, sculpted by Patrick Bassar and manufactured by Monkey Skull in the USA, limited edition, is... The winner was picked from Instagram, and it is at the_black_flamingo_NKC. So the Black Flamingo NKC, you have won this mug. Congratulations. Thank you so much for tuning in to our interview with Lost Temple Traders. Give them some love. Follow at Lost Temple Traders on Instagram. If I can get Skipper Christian in here, I will start a new video. Please tune in. Give Skipper Christian the love. He's one of my favorite bartenders at Trader Sam's and Enchanted Tiki Bar. See you in a bit, folks.